Hello everyone, I'm Spacemation, and welcome to a figure review of Shoyo Hinata from Haikyuu. I'm assuming I'm saying everything correct, and this is, of course, S.H.Figuarts, Tamashii Nations P Bandai. And I usually really don't care about how the box looks all the time. It's a good box, you know? But like this box, I really like this box. I like this white outline defining the figure from the background. I really like just seeing the volleyball in the back. I'm assuming that's the volleyball because it's a circle and has some lines on it. It has this in the front, and I think this is really cool because it's like very sports. Also, you can see the 10 here because, you know, that's his team member. And then I especially really like the back here. You see like all these poses. They show you like the super modeling. It really just looks very stylish, very like just really cool. All right, and then we're gonna turn around. We're gonna see all the expressions he has. Well, it ain't all the expressions he has, but it's close. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. I already kind of opened this up in my review, but I'm gonna open it up here as well. Of course, I can't open it up. The magic hands are gonna have to. And straight out the box, I kind of already showed this. Got the plastic parts for the stand here, and also we have the figure here, wrapped all in this plastic. Really good, very protective. Oh, and then we got the volleyball right here. And then we have like 9 pairs of hands. We have these splayed out hands. These kind of looks like he's like throwing it in the sky. These hands I'm assuming are for holding the volleyball. And this is for, what is it? Like spiking, setting? It's kind of been a minute since I read the manga. And then we have this yelling side eye. We got this dairy, well, you can't really see it. And then we got this rather stern, tough looking face. Then we got this smirk or smile face, like cocky, a little bit cocky. It looks happy, and then he looks like real happy here. And we got his determined smile face right here in the box. And here's the arm post for like the stand, parts to support the volleyball, like I said. And here is the back where we have this stand. All right, and now we're gonna take it out right now. I have to say, this figure looks and feels really good, really good. I am really excited for this figure right here. And as you can see, it just like, I really like it. I really like the colors. Now the colors kind of look like a little bit messy, like a little bit like the white area is kind of a little bit messy and stuff somewhere, but I just really like the colors. I really love seeing the orange with the white and the black lines right here. The shoes, I really like the shoes. I really love everything about this figure, and it just looks real great outside the box. All right, let me see if I can put him in like a good standing pose. I mean, he's pretty much already in like a good standing pose. All right, as I already said, I really like the detail. Here is the IACS like figure, clothing line that's in the show, based on a actual clothing brand in real life. I do not know what these words say. Yeah, I'm uncultured, I know. And there's the 10 right there. There's the 10 in the back. Like I said, this figure just all around looks really great. And I really like the detail, even though the paint does kind of look a little bit like messy on these like line areas, I guess. I forgot to add this in the video. So here's the figure compared to its anime counterpart. It's not going to look exactly the same because it's a 3D action figure and not a one-to-one illustration, but I still think it captures a likeness very nicely. It kind of feels like more softer plastic, probably for the posability and all that. Speaking of posability, or articulation, let's see what he can do. The head goes real far down. The head goes real far up, perfect for good posing, as always. I was kind of expecting the neck to not work at all, and there's tilting from side to side, really good. All right, it can look around and stuff. I'm not gonna turn it all the way around, and I'm kind of scared of breaking this figure. Man, this figure's like really good. The arms can go a little bit higher than a T-pose, real soft in the butterfly joints, so it's like it gets out the way pretty well. We have a bicep swivel right here in the sleeve. Very clever. It's something that a lot of people do, but still pretty clever. Here's how far the arms should cross. Actually pretty good, surprisingly. Better than some others. Perfect double joint in the arms. Now, not a lot of people like it when double joints look like that, but I don't care. I don't care, okay? I don't care. The wrist, if you have an S.H.Figuarts, you're pretty familiar with it. It goes up and down. It can go side to side, and you can move the wrist any way you see fit. And now let's go to the ab crunch. Now that ab crunch is really great. As you can see, it can go all the way far like this. Perfect for like posing and stop motion and all that stuff. It can arc back really well too. It doesn't go as far back as it does here, but it's still really good and also kind of realistic to an extent. Don't want to throw your spine out. Yep, that soft plastic is really going great with this figure. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't notice this. It can tilt off to the side pretty well. This leg can go pretty high up, higher than 90 degrees. Also, thanks to the soft plastic, there's a little thigh swivel right here. It doesn't split out as far as like some other S.H.Figuarts, but it's still really good. Not like you will have to split that far. Volleyball people don't have to split, do they? Do they? Anyways, man, these legs are like really nicely detailed. Here's the double joint right here. It goes all the way up. Well, not really all the way up, but all the way up still. And as you can see, the detail with the socks and the shoes look real good. They break up the shoe right here to swivel the shoe without it taking the whole foot with it. More good articulation. The foot joint can go all the way out like this. It can go all the way in. Bottom of the shoe has some real good detail as well. It's really like an excellent like sports shoe, like really good. And here's the toe hinge, goes real far. Really nice, really nice. I really like this figure. And now I'm gonna take out the accessories and see how they fare. So one thing I want to get out the way with this figure first is the stand. So here's the stand base. I'm assuming it looks like that because it's like the floor to the volleyball court, I'm assuming. We have this stand right here, very tight right out the box. Feels very sturdy, they're fine. It also comes with this alternate like thing. Like if you have a Tamashii Nation stand, you kind of know what this is for. I don't really want to use it, and also I don't really know how to use it. So I'm assuming it can go plug in like this, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna instead do it like this. Like I said, this stand feels real sturdy. It kind of gets loose over time, but for now, it's really sturdy, and I really like how he looks on the stand, and I usually don't like putting figures on stands at all. I'm starting to get more used to it lately. As you can see, looks real good. Everything here feels tight and well secure. If it gets loose over here, you can pretty much tighten it up if you have like a screwdriver, but if it gets loose over here, then it's kind of loose forever because there's no real screwdrivers or anything. Now, I also want to get to this part. It's an alternate version of the thing that can plug him in, because as you can see, there's kind of like a hole in the back of him. Or not really a hole, it's kind of anyways, if you like remove it, you can plug it behind him, and that can support him as well. Perfect if you don't want really an arm guard, like he's good for like putting him suspended in midair and all that stuff. Very nice, very nice. That's all I have to say about this figure so far. Very nice. Something like that, as you can see. But I don't want to lose that back piece forever, so it's similar to an S.H.Figuarts Spider-Man figure if you have that. Probably the best Tamashii Nation stand I've had in a long time. And now we're going to go to these two parts. Now these two parts are interesting because I thought they were a part of the stand, but they actually are not. Let's see if I do this correctly. So you're supposed to plug it like this. You take the volleyball out. It doesn't really pop in though. It just kind of like push it in, and it's really snug in there. It clamps on the arm. Very interesting, and I'm assuming you could like, this is for like throwing it or something. Well, you don't really throw it in volleyball, but you get what I mean. As far as this stand goes, I feel like it could go really good for stop motion. I feel like it can. I don't really want to risk like making the stand like loose over time because it's not really made for stop motion, but I think it can be really good for like stop motion, I'm assuming. Something I think is pretty interesting is how they do their ball peg. As you can see, the ball peg is not really a ball. It's actually kind of like how other companies do it, like Mayfex or Figma. I kind of feel more comfortable with those kind of ball pegs and not really the other ones that much because I'm kind of scared of breaking a ball peg and stuff. Here's how it looks with the volleyball. And the volleyball looks pretty good. Now I'm going to see what it looks like with one of these other hands. Maybe like he's holding it with two hands. All right, something like that. I think that looks pretty cool. Looks look like he's ready to have a mean volleyball game. I was about to say football for a minute there. Like I said, I'm really liking this figure. I'm really liking it. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. All right, here's how his hands look. The normal splayed out hands, not the normal ones, the more action like hands. They're more open and less neutral. Here's what these normal neutral like splayed out hands look. I don't really know. It's not, I mean, I guess it can work if you're like standing down, but you know, nobody really stands like this with their like fingers all splayed out. Not all the time, at least. As you can see, along with the ab crunch and the awesome head articulation. This spiking looks really good, like really good. I can't stop saying how cool this figure is. It's just like really cool.
Shut your stupid.
So here's his like yelling side face, as you can see here. Also looks really cool. Makes it look like he's calling off to like maybe like Tobio Kageyama to set the ball for him, spike the ball for him. Actually, I think it's setting. I'm pretty sure it's setting the ball for him. As you can see, really looks like he's about to throw the ball. Not throw it, he's about to spike the ball. Still not that confident. Yeah, but as you can see, this volleyball pose looks pretty cool. And here is the determined face. Looks like he really locked in. Very locked in. And here is his like cocky grin. I'm assuming that's cocky. It's kind of veering off to the side, but this face was kind of like his signature face, and it looks really good. I can't stress enough how good this looks. Now, something that I did notice about this figure is that this leg kind of feels like it clicks into position. It's not really doing that anymore. It probably just needs to loosen. That's probably what it is. And let's hope it's not anything else. This is his like real happy, like open mouthed face. And it also kind of a signature of his. And like I said, the likeness is just really good. I really like the likeness of it all. It really captures the style of this character, manga and anime, proportionate exactly. And I just really like it. Like especially like the way his body looks. His body looks like athletically proportionate. For a comparison, here he is compared to Hasbro, Jada Toys, Medicom Mafex, S.H.Figuarts, some random action figures from different companies I have lying around for some weird reason, Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech, Good Smile Company Figma, and finally McFarlane Toys. You already heard what I had to say throughout like the whole video about how good the figure is, but I really do mean it. The figure is amazing. The posing, amazing. It can do basically any volleyball pose that you want it to do. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it, honestly. Also, I just wanted an excuse to show these weird poses that I made in the background right now. That's pretty much it. That's all the accessories. I really can't wait for Tobio Kageyama to get released. I think my brother's actually gonna get him. And do you like this figure and stuff? How about you comment below? How about you do that? All right, goodbye.